Hello everyone, my name is Kiefer Grauman and this is the Minuteman Gazette. Now in this channel I'm going to be talking about a wide range of different news topics, mainly being here in the United States, and kind of giving my kind of thoughts on certain situations and different things in different categories. And this video today is going to be about immigration. Now, there is a lot going on in America right now. It is really hectic, chaotic. It has been for the past many years. But really, the last few weeks has been just a tremendous amount of chaos going on all around, with protests about immigration and just the whole everything surrounding that topic just in general. Like, you can't go anywhere on any different social media without seeing some sort of video about immigration. And it's kind of prompted me to finally make this channel. I've had it in the works and wanted to make it and start producing content for it for a while now, but haven't really got into it until here recently. I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it now, just for really what has been going on in America the past few weeks. I kind of want to just hop right on in and start sharing my views, opinions, and different things about the news. And like I said, today's video will be about immigration. Now, although my heart does go out to all the mothers out there that came here with good intentions to better the life of their children, my heart goes out to you. But the laws of this country are written on paper. They have been for hundreds of years, and the law is the law. And if you came here, whether you came with good intentions or not, you knew the risk of exactly what was going to happen if you got caught without going the legal route to get into this country and to become a citizen of the United States. Now, if you really want to be a U.S. citizen, you need to go through the proper channels and the legal way to do it, to become part of this great nation. But I will kind of go and let you guys know that there is a way that you guys can actually become citizens a lot quicker if you actually do love this country and want to show your commitment to making a great life here and benefiting to the American way of life. And that is to get your green card and serve in the military and get your citizenship that way. Because if you guys go and get your green card, which takes roughly 9 months to 3 years, once you get your green card, you can actually go ahead and enlist in the military, whatever branch that you actually want to go into. But once you actually get through basic and you're in for about a year, you pretty much get a boost in your naturalization process to become a U.S. citizen. So it is the easiest and fastest way to actually do this. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of people that are legal immigrants do not come here with that. They don't want to do that at all. They want to come. Most of them want to freeload like they have the last 4 years and get all these benefits that us as citizens do not have. But if you go that route, you can actually become a citizen a lot faster than any other method. So that is kind of my point on that, that if you want to come here and you want to prove that you want to be an American and live that American life, do so by serving the country and showing that you are worthy of being here, and not just here to freeload off the citizens that work their backs off just to be able to pay their own bills. That's kind of my whole take on that whole thing. But like I said, a lot of even civilians nowadays just want to have handouts, just one after another, to be able to just not have to do anything with their life other than just get free handouts. That's kind of what they've been used to the last 4 or 5 years, and it's kind of what almost every legal immigrant nowadays has or does do. They just want handouts to be able to live life without having to do anything and just pretty much exploit the system. And that's not the way to do things. And my stance is pretty firm on that. You should have to go through the legal process and not come here illegally, and pretty much take the money out of hardworking Americans that have earned the right, and hardworking immigrants that have earned the right to be here. And it's just flooded with millions of illegal immigrants. Now, again, yes, like I said, my heart does go out to people that wanted to come here for a better life, but you knew the risks of coming here, and that's really all I can say about that. Now, my ancestors know exactly what it was like to be an immigrant when they first came to the New World. I can trace my ancestry all the way back to the Revolutionary War. I had a member of my family or far back ancestor that was a captain in the Continental Army. He was a Minuteman by the name of Nathaniel Chapman. He fought at the Battle of Concord and Bunker Hill and was with George Washington at Valley Forge. Now, he knew what it was like to be his family to be immigrants into this new world and to fight for a country that they loved and knew could be something great and is still great. He gave his blood, sweat, and tears for exactly what this world is today. And that's kind of what gets me whenever I see images like this of people saying immigrants built this country. No, they did sort of, but not really, because back in about 100 years ago now, well, I say about 100 years, but it wasn't that. It was more around the 60-year mark when President Lyndon was in office in 1965, and he passed the Nationality Act that allowed more Asian and Latin heritage descendants, more of those into the country, because before that there was only about 2 million, as you can see here, about 1930 or 20, that were in the country, just a little over 2 million altogether, compared to over 100 million of just Caucasian that were in the country. So it was only about 60 years ago that this huge influx of immigrants that like Mexican heritage and things like that came to the country and did a lot of work that they do now. I do respect all the work that the Mexican heritage or Latino or Latin that come into this country and what the work that they do. I really respect that. But they really didn't, because it was almost 200 years later, after the creation of America, that these nationalities that you guys are sitting out there protesting for, saying that they built this country when they really didn't. Now, it really was the African Americans that were in this country, that if you could say another different nationality, that they're the ones that built this country, even though they really only did farming and things like that before the slaves were abolished. So really it was Caucasians all the way up into really almost the 2000s, a few decades before the 2000s, that did all the building, all of the manufacturing, and really everything. It was mainly dominated by Caucasians. So no, I will say no, the Mexicans and those Latin descent and things did not build this country, because it was 60 years ago. And the country has almost been a country for 250 years. And before that, it was almost 200 years before the mass influx of Mexican heritage peoples have come into the country and started doing the great things that they are doing. So that's why I don't really like seeing those type of photos where it says they built this country. No, you really didn't. If you go and look back in time and look at all the reports and all the actual facts that are actually there.